I don't wanna wait for my life to be over, so I do it now.
Good day, good morning, good evening, good night, whatever time it may be for you. I'm Transphemerate MTG. Welcome back to another Avatar The Last Airbender draft. Here in our first pack, we don't have anything particularly exciting. I really don't think Yumi the Moon Spirit is all too great. Realistically, she's a 4 mana 3/3 flyer. That's not going to do an awful lot in this format here. So, got a couple of options. That Southern Air Temple is staring me in the face, that's for sure. I do have the Professor Zay, the Unlucky Cabbage Merchant, I think is totally fine. Just because it keeps getting you some lands. Raucous Audience is really nice as well. Let's go with the Cabbage Merchant at this stage. Okay, no, beautiful. We are moving into blue. The Mechanist, Aerial Artisan, is a fantastic card. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you get a clue token, and you can make an artifact you control become a 3/1 flyer until end of turn, which is absolutely excellent. We've got 2 shrines here, as well as a Hermetic Herbalist. I think I'd rather be going into lessons than shrines with the Mechanist here. So we'll see if we can get some really nice lessons going on. We'll take this second Herbalist as well, I think. On 3 here, we've got a Firebending lesson. Can certainly go 3 colour with the Herbalist that I have here. And I think the Firebending lesson is going to be too good to ignore. Here I've got a Zukos Conviction, which is really nice. Ember Island Production's fine, but I don't really have anything that I'm desperately after at this stage with it. So I'm going to take the Messenger Hawk, which is a nice flying body instead. Omashu City, actually let's spec on getting some of those to come back. Here I've got an Arpa, Geyser Leaper, Iguana Parrot, Cunning Maneuver, and a Combustion Man. I'll take the Combustion Man. Cool, so the Southern Air Temple came back, which means we could even end up going pretty heavy into 5 colours. I guess we'll take the Leaves from the Vine here. I don't think it's the worst thing to do. Bender's Waterskin, better than anything else in that pack by my mind. Fire Nation Raider, making a clue, or an Earth Village Ruffians, Earthbending on Death. We'll take the Fire Nation Raider here. Aang's Journey is always good. And we'll sideboard the How to Start a Riot. Got another Crescent Island Temple. We've got a Master Piandao, which is searched for ally equipment or lessons. So certainly something we could be looking for. Let's see, Avatar Destiny. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each creature card in your graveyard, and it's an avatar. When it dies, mill cards equal to its power, return it to its owner's hand, and up to 1 creature milled this way to the battlefield under your control. So that's sort of one of these, am I going to be playing enough creatures to be able to want to sort of mill cards equal to its power all the time? I think it could be a reasonable build around. We also have the True Ancestry, which is nice with the Mechanist. The Crescent Island Temple, which I've already got one of them, so it could be okay to look for a second. To me right now, it is actually just between the Destiny and the True Ancestry. I'll take the Avatar Destiny here as potentially something that we can work towards really fulfilling. Here, the Foggy Swamp Vision's not really something that I am too interested in. The Invasion Tactics could be okay. The Long Thing could be okay. Ostrich Horse works out kind of nice. Just getting a land card. Geyser Leaper's fine. Mongoose Lizard is alright. But I'm going to take the Jongs because if we are going to be pivoting into a few more lessons, I think being able to copy them will be a nice change. Got a few very nice options here. To me right now, it's between the Grand and Waterbending lesson. Could go for a Boulder, just because Boulder's a pretty strong card, and a Wartop Sentries, because I think it's a really quite a good common. But I think we'll take the Grand here, just to be able to search for the things we are desperately looking for. Here we've got Abandoned Attachments, North Pole Gate, Serpent of the Past, Waterbending lesson. The Serpent could actually be a pretty nice way to go here. Yeah, we'll go towards that. Forecasting Fortune Teller or Shared Roots. I think at this point, actually taking the Shared Roots is going to be a little bit nicer, just for that really nice ramping. Here, I think we're actually just going to go Fire Nation attacks, because if I can really get some decent ramp going, I think that's going to be a pretty nice way to finish things off. I do really like the Twin Blades. Do kind of like the Moose Lion as well, but I think we might have enough fixing to not worry so much about that. Definitely Cycle of Renewal. Probably not going to end up going towards the temples here. So what I'll do is I will take the True Ancestry just to get one of these, nice bombs back if there's a chance that I do. I'll take the Invasion Tactics just in case we end up being super wide for some reason. And another red card there. I think the Foggy Swamp Vinebender is totally okay. Might end up being a cut depending on how things look. Got a Realm of Co. We've got a Lightning Strike. Waterbending Scroll is super good as well. Meditation Pools is wonderful, but I think we are going to go for the Lightning Strike because we do need that little bit more removal. Here we've got an Avatar Ang, which is just about castable, but I'm not going to be Waterbending, Earthbending, Firebending, and Airbending. Let's see, because we've got, say, Firebending, Waterbending. Don't have anything that Earth bends at this point. Yeah, and that has Firebending as well. It doesn't even airbend. It's not going to be worth taking it. Don't think the bit of work's going to be worth taking at this point either. To me, it's probably the Lightning Strike. Just because, again, more removal I think is going to be pretty key to getting far enough in the game where we're feeling like we're in a good spot. You've got an Earth Kingdom General is kind of nice. We do also have a Quench, Origin of Metal Bending, and a land. Let's see, so we've got 22. Leaves from the Vine actually feels like it's going to be totally fine in this deck. Ang's Journey I'll keep playing. Here it's maybe going to be like the Bender's Waterskin, Fire Nation Raider, potentially the Foggy Swamp Vinebender. I think the Fire Nation attacks is fine late enough in the game. So we do start still looking for maybe a couple more playables. So could take the Earth Kingdom General, could take the Origin of Metal Bending, could take the Quench, but I think we've got 1, 2, 3... I've only got 3 bits of removal, so actually the Quench could be kind of nice. Hopefully the Dual Land might look at coming back. I certainly doubt it though. Here we'll take the Waterbending Lesson for card draw. Not really too keen on another Hermetic Herbalist, if we're being perfectly honest. Don't have the mana to be able to really pivot into temples anymore. Do have 1 abandoned attachments already, don't I? I do not. But I'm going to take the Sentries because I think I do need just a little bit more on the board. Oh, Uncle Iroh I think is going to be a pretty snap pick in this situation. Solstice Revelations, not going to be super heavy red, so I don't think it's going to be worth it, even if I'm, sort of casting it, because it could only be for 2. Sort of like, yeah, go for 2, what do I get? A counterspell? Probably not too good, so we'll take the abandoned attachments here. Oh, Boomy. Boomy's a nice top end here. Oh, as well as the Waterbending Scroll came back. I think that's totally worth it. Could actually take the bit of work here, just because I can, Earthbend 4. What will I have? I'll have an Avatar Destiny, the Uncle Iroh, a Boomy, a Serpent of the Past. Yeah, we'll see if we can fit that in somehow. Nice, the Dual Land came back. Probably not going to play any of these, so I'll take the Pillar Launch. I'll take the Northern Air Temple just to have some good temples in the side. But definitely going to be looking at cutting down some cards. But I think we've got a pretty nice little way of getting some good wins going along here. Probably get rid of the Pillar Launch. The 2 Herbalists. Let's see, do I want the Unlucky Cabbage Merchant? Because, it helps me search for lands. I've got the Shared Roots. I can bring it back with the Ancestry. Honestly, it might be the Messenger Hawks that I end up getting rid of here at some point. How many lessons do I have? Got 8 lessons. I'm going to get rid of an Aang's Journey just because I have a Shared Roots, I have a Cycle of Renewal, I have 2 Herbalists. Get rid of an Aang's Journey. Could probably actually look at playing fewer lands as well. Maybe 16? Could even be 15 if I wanted to keep the Aang's Journey in instead. So we'll cut a forest, cut an island. Let's see, we'll probably keep the Boomy, because I think the Boomy's actually really nice, because I will be having enough lessons in the yard. Waterbending Scroll's good for card draw, but what other card draw have I got? Got a Waterbending Lesson, I've got a Mechanist to make a whole bunch of clue tokens. Could actually just be the bit of work here. Bit of work and Waterbending Scroll. It could actually just be the cabbage merchant. I mean, it's a 2-mana 2/2 that makes a food, and then I can search for land. So I actually think that's totally reasonable. Leaves from the Vine. Mill 3 cards, create a food, put a +1 rank creature up to 2 target creatures I control. Now draw a card. I don't think that's going to be worth it, so we'll definitely cut the Leaves from the Vine. I think I can do better than that here. And the Twin Blades is a pretty strong card, but what am I going to be doing? What am I going to be attaching it to? I think definitely, yeah, 15 lands is going to be fine, because we are pretty low cost, and the Serpent of the Past is going to get even lower cost. The Boomy is going to be fine. I mean, the Waterbending Scroll, we've got the Waterbending Lesson, we've got the Mechanist, we've got a Messenger Hawk, Abandoned Attachments, Gran, and only playing the 5, and I think honestly the bit of work. No. Keep the Waterbending Scroll, don't keep the bit of work. It's sort of not really what we're doing, and the flexibility of the Waterbending Scroll I think is going to be super nice. We've got green and blue as the primary colours, with red as a secondary. Let's see, don't really want to cut another mountain. Can I cut another forest? Actually, even a lot of things with the forest. The Avatar's Destiny is the only thing with 2 green pips. So I could cut a forest for an island, but I think that maybe skews it a bit too heavily towards blue when the Serpent of the Past is the only thing that I want. Yeah, because I do want to be able to sort of, you know, True Ancestry, Cabbage Merchant, Shared Roots on 1. Oh, sorry, on 2, without having to worry too much. So I've got an interesting sort of lessons-themed deck coming around here. Don't think it is the most excellent, but I think certainly got enough possibilities and enough flexibility that it might be able to do some good. Here, with the Hermetic Herbalists in hand and being able to attack with the Gran probably on turn 2, I think that will be okay. If they get rid of the Gran on their turn 1, if they play Mountain Firebending Lesson, okay, that's good. So we'll go attack with Gran first, draw, and then discard probably one of the Herbalists, if we're being totally honest, and then can actually play the Umashu City, which means I get to cast the Herbalist next turn, or Cycle of Renewal, end of theirs. Raucous Audience. I will play nothing quite yet. We're attacking with Gran. Draw. We'll discard a forest here. If they want to block with their audience, that's I think I'm totally okay with that. Yeah, I doubt they would. So here we'll go islands, and we'll go past the turn, because if they do something ridiculous, I will maybe Lightning Strike. Otherwise, I'll just Cycle of Renewal, second island, get a couple of lands, get my fixing properly online. Yep. Set the island. We grab an island and a forest. Can't kill the Guru Pathic here anyway. Always get some of the lands or the things back with True Ancestry. Also, they find their own. It's kind of nice here. We're gonna Lightning Strike the Raucous Audience. play this Hermetic Herbalist and pass the turn. Not going to be attacking into the Gurupathic. If they want to, you know, spend their turn, I'll say they're not going to be spending their whole turn sacking the land. But they can't attack into the Herbalist with Gurupathic without having some sort of trick or some sort of pump spell, some sort of removal, whether it's temporary or full. Here, I think Master Paku, interesting. And, okay, Unlucky Cabbage Merchant is actually kind of quite fun here. We create a food token, because here, this helps me waterbend pretty nicely with the waterbending lesson. Draw 3, and we'll pay with a Gran and a food. I'm going to loot with Gran. Draw, probably discard the mountain at this point. Have a second, now that I have a second in hand, a second thingy in the thingy, a second lesson in the bin, means that the Gran is going to be able to come online when I True Ancestry back something next turn. Long Feng, Grand Secretariat. Still can't really attack with much here. Well, they actually could. They could attack with both the Paku and the Pathic because the Paku has prowess. But they decide not to. Okay, so let's shared roots here. Grab another island. And probably just pass the turn here. I've got a bunch of things that I can do on my turn. I've got a Quench, I can play the Twin Blades if they decide to attack in with something. If they want to play something big with the all the mana they have available, yep, that's fine. Cool. Long Feng. I could trade something for the Long Feng. I don't really mind about them milling anything with Master Paku at this stage. Like maybe trade the Cabbage Merchants for the Long Feng and then bring the Cabbage Merchant back with True Ancestry. That could be a reasonable way to go about things. Do have the Gurupathic as well. So we'll go past attacks. Okay, I'm just going to sack the food here. Yep, search for land, for another forest, shuffle it away, pass the turn, mountain, messenger hawk. Don't really have anything in the bin that I desperately want to bring back at this point. I guess we'll just pass through the turn, sort of be playing a little bit more on the control-y edge of things. I want the True Ancestry to be able to bring back something pretty bomby. And they just pass through the turn. Okie doke. Sure. Let's sack clue so the Messenger Hawk can get in for some attacks. Nice. Go to combat. Attack with the Messenger Hawk. Next turn, next phase, play this Walltop Sentry. Still have plenty of mana up to cast Fire Nation attacks or Twin Blades or a Quench on their turn. Being able to give my Death Touch a double strike if they decide to attack in with something pretty big as well feels like a pretty nice way to go about things. Start, you don't really want to be attacking with Gran now that she's online. I've got a bunch of mana though. They've got 9 mana at their disposal, which means the Quench is probably going to be less and less useful as this game goes on, unless they decide to go, you know, sort of double, triple spelling. But with the fact that they've only got 3 cards in hand, makes the idea of them double spelling even less likely. Yeah, okay, cool. That's fine. Happy for them to do some earth bending here. Making Master Paku bigger. Here, play like another 4 cost. That would be really nice. I'll just quench. Cool. Told you that it would quench here. Definitely going to keep it around. Thank you very much. Master Paku's going to be pretty big. Probably going to attack with Master Paku here now as well. I'm confused as to what they're looking at doing here, if we're being perfectly honest. Are they just looking to maybe just like kill me with a mill? Don't really have anything to bring back still at this point either, so we'll go to combat. Just attack with the Hawk. I suppose chip damage is better than no damage. And they're milling me for 3, and I've still got 15 cards in library, which is totally fine. Pass to attacks. 7 of the pass. Pass to blocks. And block. Cool, they're going to put a +1/+1 encounter on something. On the Master Paku, yeah, that's cool. And we'll Fire Nation attacks. Pass the turn. Waterbending Scroll. Go to attacks. Attack with the Hawk, 7 of the pass, and 2 Firebenders. Go to blocks. Cool, and we'll Twin Blades on the Serpent of the Pass. I mean that the Paku just dies. Yeah, how much is this going to cost me? Oh yeah, not so much that it really matters. Yeah, fine. Hit them for 3. And run out of Cabbage Merchant. End the turn. Sack this, probably find another land, so I've got less chance of drawing one. Watery Grasp, yep, that's okay. Land. And yeah, I'll sack this food. Yeah, absolutely. Grab a land just so it means that there's less and less chance of me. Avatar Aang's Journey feels kind of nice here. Find a land. Not that it. We'll grab this island just to make the waterbending scroll cheaper. Oh, Cabbage Merchant. Tasty. Enters, create a food, go to combat, attack with the Hawk and the sentries here this time. It means I've surely got to block the sentries with something. They're looking like they're in a pretty bad spot at this point. I only have 10 cards left in library, so there is always the chance that that makes a difference. I'm going to gain 2 life from the sentries here. I'm not going to True Ancestry. Resolve all. In the turn. What is there out here? That's really the big question. I managed to yeah, deal with the Serpent of the Past quite nicely. Rowdy Snowballers. Cool. What are they going to do? Tap down the Messenger Hawk? Yep. Fantastic. 10 cards in library. They're going to shuffle back the Serpent. We'll sack the land to draw a card. Avatar Destiny, that's actually kind of nice here. Let's see. Actually, draw another card. Getting pretty close to the end here. Oh, Uncle Iroh's pretty nice. Jong the Deserter. Can double cast a True Ancestry or something potentially. We'll use the twin blades, attach it to the Uncle Iroh, just so they can't attack very easily. And the next turn, when the Messenger Hawk attacks, hopefully it might be able to just enough damage through with the Uncle Iroh as well to be able to do lethal. 7 cards in library. Go Avatar Destiny onto the Messenger Hawk. Fortunately not many creatures in the graveyard. Attach the twin blades to it. And go water bending scroll. The thing is, the Messenger Hawk dies. That's when there's a problem, because I mill out the rest of my library. Bend the Transcestry, go to blocks. Yeah, they block the snowballers. I mean, they could just be dead here. I hope they're just dead here. Lightning strike them to the face. Destroy the enchantment. I think that's totally fine. We'll go kick the firebending lesson onto the long thing. Cool, okay. Yeah, I mean, pretty squeaky bum time there, but not quite squeaky enough. Which feels kind of nice. Good win under the belt. Off to a nice enough kind of start. Yeah, very interesting. Wasn't until much later into the game, and I mean, you know, Omniscience. That's not a bad free card to grab a hold of. Still think that it's a bit of a ridiculous idea to have it in Foundations, to have it in Standard for, you know, this 5-year period, but, you know, Wizards will just do what Wizards do. Here, Herbalist with a Shared Roots and a Quench and an Iroh. It's a totally nice hand. Probably run out the Herbalist to begin with, as opposed to the Shared Roots. Why is that Shared Roots the turn after? And I can Shared Roots into Cycle of Renewal if I draw another land. Not if they kill the Hermetic Herbalist though. That's very mean of them. Do not like that. We go Islands, Shared Roots. Grab myself a Montagna. Pass the turn. Always look at True Ancestring the Herbalist back if I need to, but I don't think I will need to at this point. A Porcupine. Interesting. So we'll go Mountain. We'll go Uncle Iroh here. And pass the turn. Can cycle or quench on their turn. This is cast, isn't it? Yep, so that's on cast. We'll pass to attacks. I think I might actually just block with Uncle Iroh here. Yeah, we're going to cast Cycle Renewal though. I could probably do just sack an island, go for an island and a forest. Because I can just bring the Iroh back to True Ancestry if I want to. Fire Sages, that's totally fine. We've got True Ancestry, bring the Uncle Iroh back. Play the Uncle Iroh. And then have mana up for a It'll Quench you. Probably. Okay. Well, that's an interesting one. Feels like that was a pretty early scoop, but I guess what can you do? Maybe just the getting a clue, having the Iroh come back was just enough for them. But I don't think, I mean, Iroh's a good card. I don't think he's that good a card that he warrants that sort of scoop on their turn 4. Maybe the acceleration was too much for me. I did have a pretty nice Serpent coming out reasonably soon after that as well, so it could be definitely a little bit, you know, a little bit maybe. But yeah, not really what I was expecting to happen. I've got to be perfectly honest there. Let's see. I think this is a totally fine hand. Got the Journey and the Shared Root. It's got the Mechanist as well, which I'm probably going to run out at 3. Super nice. Plus the Avatar Destiny to make something potentially pretty big. It's a forest. Very well, we'll Shared Roots first ahead of the Aang's Journey, just because it does properly accelerate me, whereas the Aang's Journey sort of is just more fixing. Get an island there, so we've got all 3 of our colours, which is very nice. They do have a Merchant of Many Hats, which is a little bit spooky, and they are looking like they're an Abzan. Fire Nation Engineer, okie doke. I think I still just run out the Mechanist here. I think it is just the best play to make. If they attack with the Engineer, I just block with the Mechanist, that's fine. If they kill the Mechanist, that does suck pretty bad. But at least I'll hopefully be able to, you know, run out of Wartop Sentries. Beifong's Bounty Hunters. That's quite nice. Yeah, we'll just block the 2. They're going to keep on making this Merchant bigger and bigger and bigger, I'm sure. Yep. Go Mountain, go Wartop Sentries. And we will cast the Aang's Journey here just to make a clue token. Search for an island. And pass the turn. Happy to sack the clue into something as well as the Wartop Sentries, I believe, next turn. But the Beifong's Bounty Hunters really is looking like a pretty big, scary issue at the moment. Yeah, very, very scary at the moment, that is for sure. Let's see, what have they got going on? I mean, they're thinking. Earthbender Ascension, that's a pretty solid card. Yeah, I mean, there's not really anything I can do about it, so let them bring the Rumble Arena back. Find a land. Do I kill the Fire Nation Engineer? I mean, they'll be earthbending for 2, but I think it's probably worth it. Just to get rid of a creature they've got on board. No, they're only going to attack with the Merchant of Many Hats. Okay, so we'll go, yeah, we'll pretty happily just chump that with a 3-1 here. Means the Merchant doesn't die. What are they going to make bigger? Really is the problem here, is that they're just keeping on growing and growing and growing. Abandon attachments, can probably bin the Hermetic Herbalist here. Don't really need it too much, and probably just keep everything up. Don't have any creatures in the bin. Got 1 creature in the bin, so I can Avatar Destiny for 1, but I don't think that's worthwhile. I think it's more worthwhile to try and maybe counter one of their spells. Cycler Renewal something. Oh, Tools of War. Yeah. Not much I can do about that. I'll quench the Vine Bender though. That feels reasonable enough. Pass to attacks. Just going to attack with the Merchant. Oh no, the Rumble Arena as well. Nope, not with the Rumble Arena. Cool. Definitely going to go there. Pass to blocks. Sack it before damage. Draw a card. Hopefully draw into some sort of out. Would be nice. Ooh, actually Boomy's kind of nice here. All three. Let's go. I will scry 3. My island will become Earthbent Land, and forest. I think Jong's fine on the top here. And pass through the turn. So here I've got the ability to actually properly block a couple of things if I want. And Lucky Cabbage Merchant is very nice for them. They're just going to... I mean, thankfully it doesn't... it's not leaves the battlefield, it just dies with the Beifong's Bounty Hunters. They'll make an ally, that's okay. They'll sit for land, that's okay. I think we're both accelerating reasonably quickly here. Question is, do I block the Merchant of Many Hats with something that will make whatever they have on hand even bigger? But there is a chance that I may be able to deal with it reasonably successfully. That's sort of my thoughts. We'll play the Jong the Deserter here, because what I want is I want to see if I can draw, you know, sort of 8 cards deep with my Waterbending Lesson. Say next turn, and I think we'll just pass things along here. Sacrificing to make more 1/1 tokens, but I think that's fine. Exile a creature. That's a bit rude. Okay. Very rude, in fact. Sacrifice, draw a card. They've only got 1 mana at their disposal this turn here, which means it maybe is a little bit safer to actually get some blocks along, make something bigger. I guess we just, yeah, pass to blocks, block, and let it die, because I want the mana for a Cycle of Renewal. Yeah, I'm going to get a Cycle of Renewal here. Sack a mountain, get a mountain and a forest. Just going to keep making things bigger. Draw an island, activate the Jong Deserter, Waterbending Lesson. Draw a whole bunch of cards. We'll go and pay. We'll decline on this one. We'll actually just put back a Cabbage Merchants. Do we pop down a Grand? Yeah, I suppose we do pop down a Grand. Makes things a little bit cheaper. And a True Ancestry, nothing really worth getting back at this point. Actually, it does work kind of nicely. Get a mountain back, just to get a couple of clues for the Mechanist to be able to help me block around a little bit better. 12 cards in live, but they're 23, so I do need to find a way through pretty quickly. Can Firebending lessen the Beifong's Bounty Hunters, which is really nice to actually get that off the board. Cabbage Merchant here. They don't have the mana to search for another land, which is very handy. once I get rid of the BO1's bounty hunters, certainly looking in a much better spot. Can I attack with the merchant of many hats as well? Okie doke. I think I can just take 5 here. Or I let Jong die. Yeah, I'll actually just let Jong die. Really not too fast. They're going to get 1+1 counter on something. The cabbage merchant. Okie doke. So we're going to go mountain. Kill the BO1's bounty hunters. Finally. They will earthbend. That is okay. Let that resolve. And I think we go... No, we don't want... Oh yeah, we do, because I've got the island. So Avatar Destiny onto the Wartop Sentries to make it big enough to block some things. Have mana up for both the Serpent of the Past and the Lightning Strike. So I'll go to combat and... well, actually, no. We'll just pass through the turn from here. Really does depend what they're aiming to do here. Fire Navy Trebuchet, I think, is okay. Pass to attacks. Beetle-headed merchant. Nice. Resolve. Resolve. Sack a token. Make a token. So net positive. Let's see. Let that resolve. That's the only thing they're attacking with though. Interesting. So we're gonna go make a clue. A 3-1. Past blocks. Block with that and that. Go to damage. What are they doing here? Flash in the Serpent of the Past because otherwise I won't have the 2 blue mana up. Didn't want to block the beetle-headed merchants to it. What are they doing here? Earthbend, and then the Earthbend on the stack. Go Lightning Strike onto the Engineer. Make a clue. Just so they can't keep growing more and more of their stuff even bigger as well. I really needed to block the boulder with the Wartop Sentries. Did not think that one through entirely well. We've got island here. Guess here we actually just make the flyer a flyer. Go to combat. Attack. Or they look at oh, don't even block. Okay. In turn, I've got 10 cards in library. Are they gonna sack for the cabbage merchant? Okay. They will be earthbending, ascensioning something, which makes me think that they potentially wanted to do it on their turn to give something trample. But again, they could always be able to do that regardless. I've got tons of mana up, so I can draw a whole bunch of cards if I wanted, but the Boomy's gone. I've got the Serpent of the Past out. Not really entirely convinced that I'm wanting to do too much with either, because this is one creature card milled this way. Pass to blocks. Get rid of the merchant. I suppose I actually may as well just trade with the Rumble Arena. What have they got going on here? Making something bigger. Cool. We're still going to kill the merchant though, because we'll lightning strike it. Going to be milling 5 cards and bouncing 2 things back. Don't really have any great options here. I'll be gaining a couple of life. And I've got rid of a lot of their big threats, but I will be going very, very down. Ooh, Messenger Hawk's good. Because actually attaching it to the Messenger Hawk means that I can get through some more damage. Yep, resolve. That's fine, you get to put a +1/+1 counter on a creature. I have some bigger creatures here now though, even if they keep on bringing their Merchant of Many Hats back, I do have a potential out to actually getting some damage through. And in time, hopefully that 5 isn't going to be too much. Yeah, that's going to sacrifice. They're going to make another token. Okie doke. Unfortunately, the Messenger Hawk's not going to be able to attack in with all of the extra damage from drawing a card. Got Avatar Destiny onto the Messenger Hawk. Problem is, at this stage, I don't have any way of protecting the Messenger Hawk, so should the Messenger Hawk end up dying, yeah, so I'm just going to be taking 6 damage a turn here, which is sort of what I'm looking for. Really putting them on a bit more of a clock. Bringing the Merchant back, yep, replay the Merchant next turn, I think that's okay. Earthbender Ascension, make one of their things slightly big, okie doke. Let's see, sacrifice, draw. Would love to have a way to shuffle my library back, but what can you do? Pass to attacks. I get in for, oh, I get in for a little bit here actually. That's nice. Cool. Fire Nation attacks. Pass to blocks. We'll go block, block. Don't really need the Gran at this stage. I think I can just jump. Pass to damage. Keeps me alive for a turn longer. Go to my turn. Draw the Uncle Iroh. Make a flyer again. Attack with both the Hawk and the 3/3. Blocking the 3/3 again. Okay, because I can kill them next turn with the Hawk. If they don't block the Hawk, if I do choose to draw a card, that is very, very risky. I'm still going to be just doing the same as what I've done these last couple of turns. Earthbender Ascension, what they're going to make big. Make their forest slightly bigger, I think. No? Okay. Let that resolve. Arpa. Ooh, okay. What are they going to make fly? Don't think it's enough. It's enough to block the Messenger Hawk, though. What have I got left in the library that could deal with it? Don't think very much. I'm gonna bounce the Earthbender Ascension and just Earthbend something back. Just give something meaningless flying if you're having a rough decision on it. Okay, forest. Pass to attacks. Attack for 4 and then some more on the ground. Okay. Another 2 in the air. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, so I can't even flash it back. That's super rough. Okay. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 here. I guess I do block the Merchant with Iroh. Because there's no reason not to. Bring back the Merchant. Yep. can I get rid of the ARPA? Can I get rid of the ARPA Twin Blades? Interesting. I mean, I think I just die next turn anyway. What happens if we Fire Nation attacks? 4 blockers. I block 1, 2, 3, and like the ARPA. Okay, I block the ARPA, take damage 4, take... Yes, I kind of have to do this. Actually, yeah, we've got to make a clue here. All attack. Yes, kind of have to just see if there is something else I can draw here. Oh, it's the Herbalist. Okay. Next blockers. We're gonna have to block the ARPA. Yep. This gives double strike. What have I got? Guess we just draw the last card and figure out what it is. Oh, it's a waterbending scroll. Cool. So it's not going to do anything here. At least I'll kill the... yeah. And then kill the ARPA. So maybe if I didn't draw those extra 2 cards, I can stay alive. But we'll just draw so they don't get the satisfaction of dealing me that last tick of damage. Darn! Okay, maybe I did just need to get rid of the reaching blocker. Yeah. What do we got? What do we got here that I can potentially bring in? I mean, How to Start a Riot would have worked really nicely. Combustion Man's pretty nice as a finisher as well. Evasion Tactics could have been okay. But, we'll go How to Start a Riot, Combustion Man. What can I get rid of for those? The Twin Blades could have been handy. The Jong Jong was really nice at drawing some cards. Serpent did pretty good. Avatar's Destiny is actually not looking like a bad shout at all, so we could get rid of one of the Hermetic Herbalists. Okay, we'll get rid of Banner Attachments and maybe the Unlucky Cabbage Merchant. Yeah. Don't really need all of that ability to grab more lands when I've got as much as I do. And I think having a couple of other finishes, because if I had one of either, that's probably gets me to a point where I'm not quite as worried and I don't end up drawing myself out. Only thing with the Cabbage Merchants, if I can just continue putting him, like shuffling him into the library, it does prevent me from dying. If I draw him and play him and sacrifice a food every turn. I think with the Herbalists here, it's totally fine, because we're going to run out the Herbalists on 2, have a Riot coming along with the Combustion Man and the Fire Nation attacks. So I think being able to actually get the Herbalist out, unless it dies, which looking at there is it very much an option that they could just boom the Herbalist here. Ooh, especially if they're in Jeskai. Well, we're going to run out the second Herbalist because absolutely yes, please. Let's see. Are they gonna do something? Nope, they're not. I'm gonna cast an island and pass the turn. Looks like they do have something that they want to do. I mean, next turn I can run out probably the Fire Nation attacks ahead of the Combustion Man. Got pass to attacks. My turn. We'll go Fire Nation attacks. If they want to counter it, they can, but just this is even more acceleration. I can flash it back anyway. I was going to airbend it. Okay. Honestly, that's fine by me. Gonna cast it for 2 next turn. What do they got going on here? Kyoshi Island Plaza. Alright, so I can actually just double spell next turn. That's totally fine. I'll attack. Do a Fire Nation attacks. Wartop Sentries, and then even have a How to Start a Riot as backup if I wanted to. No, I don't. I've only got the 2 mana. Get him for 2 damage. Can't attack for the Ang with the Wartop Sentries on board there. Next turn, almost threaten lethal. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Cool. Plaza, find another land. So it looks like they are very much in 3 or 4 colours, sorry. Yeah, so it could be even be looking at all 5 with the Kyoshi Island Plaza. Beautiful. What we'll do is we'll we'll go play Combustion Man. Attack with both of these duties. Firebending. Go to blocks, see what they all want to end up doing. We will go Twin Blades onto the Soldier. Trade with Ang. No, they're going to blow it up first. Firebending lesson. Cool. That is okay by me. I still get through for a couple of damage. Have the Twin Blades to attach to Combustion Man, probably How to Start a Riot. Look to blow up maybe the Ang with Combustion Man, maybe one of the temples, probably Crescent Island. Ooh, we're going to make another couple of monks. Honestly kind of think that's alright. Still can't really do much attacking into me, that's always good. Alrighty. First order of business is to learn how to start a riot. Gonna give the Wartop Sentries menace, so they do have to double block. Gonna go go to combat. Combustion Man, Sentries, the Soldier, keep the Herbalist around. No, we'll attack with everything. Firebend 1, look to destroy the Crescent Island Temple unless they take 6. Firebend. I just don't want them keeping on growing more and more of the... And if they take 6, that's also totally fine. Cool. So it blows up that. Go to blocks. Block the Herbalist. Take 14. Surely they've got to do some more blocking here. I've only got 3 mana at their disposal, so even when I do Lightning Strike, I'm going to be able to pay for a quench. Let's try Lightning Striking them to the face. And that's lethal going on at the moment. They can transform Ang, that's fine. They died. What? What was that all about? Number 13 Mythic, and he just let me win the game? Interesting. Okie doke. Fine by me. I mean, again, I'm not going to complain about essentially getting a free win there, but little bit surprised as to how that ended up going. Certainly not how I anticipated it. I mean, yeah, sure. Look, again, not going to complain about a nice free win there, but feels very, very bizarre to have that be the outcome of how that game ended up going. Into the next game. See how we end up going here. Hopefully look to go as well as we did that last time. That was quite a lot of fun. So we'll keep it on going for now, and hopefully the nice luck keeps going. I mean, on the play, I don't think I can keep that hand. On the draw, it would have been a different story. Here, I will keep 6, bottom the Jong, bottom the waterbending scroll. Bottom the waterbending scroll, because if I am able to actually play out the Jong and sort of like exhaust into doubling a cycle of renewal or something, that could be kind of nice. Shared roots, beautiful. What do I need? I need a nothing. I don't need anything desperately, so I'll just grab a forest. And I guess islands go next turn, because I needed the forest, and that was really what I managed to get. First time flyer could end up posing a few problems. Islands, and just pass the turn. I mean, unfortunately, the sack of land is not an additional cost. Yeah, we're going to hold up the lightning strikes. It's not part of. It's actually part of the card. It's not as an additional cost, because if I copied it, could go a little bit different here. So cycle of renewal, sack a forest, grab a forest and a mountain. Hoping that an island might be on its way at some point. Got Jong, and actually killing the North Pole Patrol could actually be kind of handy here, so I'm just going to get rid of it. There's an annoying little card there. Probably going to regret not getting another island with my search through there. Here they're looking at probably dealing with the Jong. Bouncing it. Okay. I'm okay with you bouncing it if we're being perfectly honest. See. I think I'll just replay it. Pass the turn. Not going to play the Iroh, not going to play the Lightning Strike. It's going to keep mana up. They'll yeah, get the submersible all crewed up. Oh, I should have not continued to pass the turn there. There, pass. I'm going to go no blocks. And what have they got going on here? Zuko's exile. Okay, we'll block the submersible. Just so I take 3 less damage. I create a clue, which is kind of nice. Get to run out my Combustion Man next turn instead of Iroh. Yeah, I think that's okay. A little bit more difficult to get rid of a Combustion Man, and it just means I'm going to be able to keep destroying their board, or they keep taking a bunch of damage. They will be getting some nice looting along with the Teo, but I think I'm going to look to blow up the Teo first. Yep. Draw, discard. Probably pop it on the first time flyer. Yeah? Okay, so not popping it on the Teo. And an Otter Penguin. Okay, so I'm going to be drawing a bunch of cards here. So I'll play the Uncle Iroh out first. Attack with Combustion Man. Look to blow up the Teo. As they take 4, which is quite a bit of damage. Okay, nice. Next to damage. And we'll end the turn. They have got a nice little bit of a clock on as well, though, as things are going. The Otter Penguin will be unblockable every turn that it decides to attack. Cool, so they are attacking with everything. So let's go Forest Island. Draw a card. Because if I draw a firebending lesson, which I did not, okay, cool. Professor Zay. Okay, yeah, this waterbending lesson is necessary. Pay 2, I'm going to decline, we're just going to bin True Ancestry, honestly. And go... How to start a riot. It's really the only thing I can do. Give... I don't know. Combustion Man, Uncle Iroh, it doesn't matter at this stage, and target me. Go for a firebend, blow up the first time flyer unless they take 6, which they kind of just have to let me kill the first time flyer. Taking 6. And unless they can deal a whole bunch of damage to me this turn, I think I'm in a pretty good place. Yeah, I mean, they're going to draw with the TO, make the Otter Penguin. I'll take 5. No, they discarded a land instead. Watery Grasp on the Combustion Man. Okie doke. Not exactly what we're after. Which means that I'm not going to be able to do anything because, as I stated, definitely regretting the fact that I didn't have the second island, that I didn't search for it, because that would have been able to mean that I could flash in the Serpent of the Past. Here they're going to draw this additional card, and I'm going to lose from the Otter Penguin. Goodness gracious me! Potentially the TO was more important to get rid of, but then I would have died just the turn before. But yeah, rough one again. That's doesn't feel too great. I feel like I was definitely in a position where I could have won there. Alright, all my colours, Mechanist, a Messenger Hawk, I think that's fine. Do have a couple of nice sort of late game payoffs. Don't have, I mean, I've got the Messenger Hawk to be able to make a clue with the Mechanist. So I'll probably go Mechanist first and then Messenger Hawk afterwards. And again, it's all depends on what they are doing. If they're holding mana up on 3, probably don't want to have the Mechanist get countered, because it is a pretty reasonable card. Okay, Otter Penguin, Forest. I'll the Uncle Iroh instead, just to be able to get a nice cheaper renewal off, but it does depend, of course, if they have counterspell mana up at the end of their turn, which they do not. Very nice. And I will run out the Mechanist first, because I think it's just an excellent card to get on the board. We look at Messenger Hawk, or even Cycle of Renewal. So I play Iroh. I can't play Iroh with the lands I have at the moment, or then I'll maybe pop the clue. I was going to block the Fortune Teller, because they would trade with the Otter Penguin with the clue, I'm sure, if I had blocked the Otter Penguin. Don't want that to happen. Okay, here we can... Oh, we still can't actually go Iroh into Cycle of Renewal. Yeah, no, we can't. So I think we go Forest, Messenger Hawk. Pass the turn. I can maybe look at blocking something that they attack with. Next turn, if they don't just draw the card and attack for 6, which they are doing, gonna have to let that resolve. Yeah, I'm keeping the Fortune Teller back because why would they attack with the Fortune Teller? I am on a clock of all clocks. My turn. Islands. Uncle Iroh. Guess we go attack. Combat, attack with my clue. Pass the turn. Which feels pretty rough. Because if they've just got another card drill spell, I'm pretty much boomed. Oh, Fire Navy Trebuchet. Alright. Cool. I'm going to go past the blocks. Absolutely look to trade for both of the Otter Penguins, but I will cycle Renewal first. Sack a forest, get a forest and a mountain. Honestly, happy to take 2 if I get rid of those Otter Penguins. Those Otter Penguins are really, really despicable. Combustion Man and Gran. Help me out a little bit. If they attack, I'm just going to, I think... Oh, they probably can't attack. They've got the Fortune Teller, just gets hit by the Combustion Man. Could probably go Boomy next turn. Maybe attack with the Gran as well first. Would love to be able to keep the Combustion Man around because it is looking to be a little bit of a threat. They are thinking, I mean, they've got plenty of cards in hand, so they've got some, likely have, you know, numerous options that they can decide to rely on. It's just a matter of sort of, you know, which one of these many options do they want to be taking. So much so that they use a timeout. That's, ooh... Tapping down the Combustion Man and keeping, you know, either one of them tapped for a longer while feels pretty strong. Yeah. Block. Rather trade the clue, because it means that you're not going to keep on attacking with the Fire Navy Trebuchet. Right, attack with Gran first to see if I can get another lesson. Wonderful. Then run out Boomy. Go Boomy. Gonna do 3 counters and scry 3, honestly. Think that's gonna be better. What have I got in my bin here? Uncle Iroh I can bring back. Messenger Hawk I can bring black back. Don't really want the attacks. The Twin Blades could be really nice here though as well. And because I've got a 7/7 here, which is pretty difficult for them to deal with. Bring back Iroh. No, bring back probably the Messenger Hawk or Raven Eagle. That's a little bit spooky. What are they going to take? Oh, they're taking the Hawk as well. That is so rude of them. Bring back the Uncle Iroh then. Make a clue. Replay the Uncle Iroh. Attack with Boomy and Gran. Discard the Herbalist. If they just kill the Gran, honestly I don't mind at this point. They attack for 2, 3, 4. Can't flash in the Twin Blades this turn, but I can sort of sack draw a card as well. Yeah. Interesting. Pretty close game, this one. Because my Combustion Man gets to untap, and I do get to at least block the If they attack with the Raven Eagle, I trade with the Raven Eagle with the Mechanist. So, drawing a card. Raven Eagle will drain. They're trying to find an answer. Another land probably helps them out pretty nicely. Because what I'm thinking that they could have is that water bending, or the -2/-2 to all creatures. So they look to try and deal with me. Oh no, because they need more mana for that to make me tap the Mechanist before it resolves. I've only got the 3, so I'll pass to attack. So if they attack with the Raven Eagle, cool. Yeah, you can, exile the Grand, that's fine. Or the Herbalist, yeah, let that resolve. Let that happen. Looks like they've got removal. For whatever clue I reanimate. Maybe not. Well, they take 2. The Raven Eagle's going to die at this point. I feel like that was part of their way of getting the win through. Because here I can sort of attack in with everything if they can't deal with the Boomy, the Combustion Man. Because I've got the Twin Blades I can flash in. Okay, Pirate Peddlers. Okay. Yeah, you'll get a counter. I'm going to draw a card. Okay, yeah, definitely in a good spot here. So we'll attack with everything. Firebend 1, look to kill the Pirate Peddlers unless they take 2. Unless they take 4, sorry. I can Twin Blades, whatever they don't block, and then Lightning Strike to the face, and I think that's the win for me. Oh, to blocks. Yeah, so they'll block the Boomy. They don't have any mana, yeah. Perfect. Oof, another bit of a spooky one there. I feel like attacking in last turn was not the best option for them. I think they needed to keep the Raven Eagle back. That's my thought process at least. Go to 4 and 2 for this draft, which I feel like is pretty reasonable. Especially for this 40, I feel like it was okay. So we had a couple of really rough games to begin with, but I certainly don't think it's sort of one of the better decks that I've ever drafted. Definitely a mulligan hand there. But this one I think can be a keep with a Boomy going to the bottom. Should be able to hopefully find a way to search some things out. Oh, amazing! Means I can actually just hit the Herbalist on 2. Right into the Jong plus a spell maybe on 3. Got the Merchant of Many Hats, right, so I'm not attacking. That's a nice thing to know. The How to Start a Riot doubled with Jong though. It's actually going to be pretty powerful at some point. They are Esper, have all of their fixing already. A Messenger Hawk is a nice start. But a Wartop Sentries feels like a pretty good response to it. Happy to stick the sentries in the way. Oh, Foggy Swamp Spirit Keeper's kind of nasty though. Let's see, we'll go Forest and Jong, the Deserter. No attacks. Next turn I can pop the Jong and then attack with a bunch of different things with the How to Start a Riot attached. I wouldn't be the Emetic Herbalist though, but giving, the Grand and the, or Jong and the Wartop Sentries, yeah, they'll draw a card. Foggy Swamp Spirit Keeper triggers. Happy to take 3 here. I'm going to go no blocks. My turn. Okay, well that changes things around again just a little bit more. Let's move to combat. attack with the Wallop Sentries. Since I can just take some damage from this block, I think that's fine. It might almost be about up to lethal. I'd love to draw just another land that I could play. Probably am going to also get Swamp Cycling. That's a good sign. And then they've got a land, might have removal. No, June Bounty Hunter. Nice. Faster attacks. They just attack with the unblockable creature. And I am actually going to sack the clue because I want to hit the second mountain by next turn if I can. I cannot. Alright, so let me take a look here. If I go Jong, how to start a riot, make the sentries and messenger hawk unblockable, I get a bunch of damage through, but if I make the wall-top sentries and the Jong unblockable, that could be even better. I think I do actually just want to go like Aang's Journey, find this, gain a couple of life, find a mountain, just to be able to actually play a couple more cards next turn. Yeah, I'm just going to pass through the turn, just attacking with 5 instead of 4, especially when they all have +4/+0, I think is a pretty big difference. Create a clue, they're going to probably pop the clue, get a couple of triggers. June's not going to be able to be blocked. That does put me in a spot where it is a little bit more likely that I'm going to be able to have even more damage come out. Sack another creature, create a clue token only during their turn. Not going to block with anything because I got the double riot going on here. Yeah, so on my turn, they can't block my flyers anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate the Jong ability. I'm going to go how to start a riot targeting my wall-top sentries, give all my creatures flying, and then copy it, give Jong and all my creatures, and then swing in with everything. Firebend, do a little bit of a loot, draw, and I'll discard True Ancestry. No, I'll discard Quench at this point, not going to be playing the Quench. They have to take 7, and blocking a lot of the other things leaves them pretty much taking lethal here, and I don't think they can kill me next turn. I kill the Spirit Keepers. Oh, they can only block 1 of the menaces as well, so they'll be taking at minimum. They block the Jong, they'll be taking... Yeah, I love it. Fantastic. That worked exactly how I wanted it to. That's phenomenal. Certainly cannot complain about a nice, speedy game going on there like that. Very nice. We move up to 5 and 2, which is... much closer towards the end of the way I like things to be. I mean, 3 and 3 in the previous one wasn't too bad, but I think this is certainly looking much better. And we just continuing on, and hoping that we can get these last couple of the wins before we hit a snag. That would be delightful. But yeah, feeling like a pretty fun deck here, honestly. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Didn't really think there were many great win conditions in the first couple of games, but I think, yeah, bringing in those extra couple of closes in the... certainly helped things along quite nicely. Attack with the Gran. Definitely want to see if I can find a little bit more going on here, but the waterbending scroll will have to do. How to start a riot's not looking too great here. I mean, neither is the waterbending scroll, if you're being perfectly honest. The fact that they're cycling the Rabaroo Troop gives me an extra draw. Yes, please. Mountain. Attack. Get another draw. Beautiful. Here I can just bin, go to damage, play the Hermetic Herbalist, And at least am able to look like I'm going to begin to do some things. Earth Kingdom Protectors. Forest. Attack with both. Draw. And I guess we'll just discard the mountain again. Go to blocks. No blocks. Okay. And pass the turn. Yeah. 4 planes. Are they mono white? Or are they just in a spot of bother? That's their record. Why not just attack for 1? Oh, another blue. Perfect. That is what we like to see. Because then, even if I don't cast anything, I'm still able to use the waterbending scroll. Draw. Do we discard the Fire Nation attacks? Maybe just discard the Twin Blades here, honestly. Maybe Fire Nation attacks at the end of their turn. Wonderful. Because that will give us some more creatures and the ability to cast the How to Start a Riot as well. What are they up to? There's no Fire Nation attacks here. See if they have some sort of response. They don't. I can play the Serpent of the Past, I can play Cycle of Renewal, but I'm just going to attack with everything. Because again, if they don't block, I basically just win here, right? Discard a... Don't actually need the Cycle of Renewal here. How to Start a Riot? I don't know, give one of my creatures menace and everything else make them bigger. And cool, that's a scoop. I have no idea what they were trying to do, but whatever it was, it didn't work and that was to my benefit. So I guess we don't complain too much there. Move up to 6 and 2, so on the brink of the trophy, and the trophy here would be absolutely delightful. It's been a nice long while since I've managed to go and hit this 7th. Did of course have a wonderful Bant Allies draft a little bit earlier on in the in this return to the Avatar quick drafting. Certainly felt good. Oh, here. Yeah, I think that's totally fine. 4 lessons. And my opponent mulligans. Mulligans on the play, which is even better. Come on, mulligan again. You know you want to. Maybe mulligan to 4? No? Okay, good enough. Barrels of Blasting Jelly. Some nice fixing there. Land's not exactly what I needed, but at least I can waterbending lesson here should the need arise. Love the idea of being able to hit a firebending lesson nice and early on onto something impressive. So black-white, we'll go Hermetic Herbalist and pass the turn. Again, just the 3 toughness on the dork actually makes a pretty reasonable difference. Fantastic. I figured they would probably have the airship. Forest. And I guess we just don't really do anything here. Yeah, just pass the turn. Don't really have anything to do. And I can firebending lesson the airship if they do crew it up somehow this turn. I'm just going to blow up the barrels instead. Okay. 5 damage. Yeah, cool. Going to make a copy of the airship. A little bit rough. My turn. True Ancestry. Break. No, so cancel. We're going to go. Blue. Yeah, we're going to go 2 green. No, we're not going to go 2 green. We're going to go. Undo. Yeah, to True Ancestry this back. Just to be able to replay it again this turn. Because I didn't draw the land, I needed to, you know, look, holding removal up would have been great. But at this stage... Ooh, we got an Aang's Journey. That's kind of nice. I think that's going to be what we do, gain a couple of life, find another island, and pass the turn, because it does allow me to either draw a card, can flash in the Twin Blades if I really wanted to, but allows me to blow up one of the Phoenix Fleet airships if they do crew it up this turn. Cool, Zhong's Deserters. They're probably going to crew up the one of the airships. Yep, resolve. Look to get in for some damage. Yep, okay, crew it up. And here we will go Firebending Lesson for 5. Blow it up. If they do have a response where they can sack it, that's kind of nice. But at least I get rid of one of them, which I think is pretty handy and a very reasonable thing to do. Got 3 lessons in the bin, so Boomy here is going to be the perfect time to go boomying. Go all 3. I will scry one of my forests. Can become a forest. Here, I think we want the island first, then the wall top sentries, and then the Fire Nation attacks. I'm kind of happy with keeping all of those on top, if we're being honest. All pretty nice draws. We're going to kill the Boomy here. Sold out. Nice. It wasn't dealt damage, so they don't make a clue, which means it's more difficult for them to sacrifice anything into it. We'll be attacking for 4 every turn here, which ain't too nice, but it's also not too bad. So here we'll go an island. Run out a Messenger Hawk and create a clue. Pass. Just attack with the forest, because what I want to look to do is block it with the Phoenix Fleet airship. I can look to, you know, sort of just chump it if they really want to. Okay, my turn. Let's draw a card end of turn here. Certainly don't think there's any harm in it. Alright. Because here if I run out the Wartop sentries, it makes it even less likely that they're going to want to do anything in regards to the Messenger Hawk. Go to combat, attack with the forest. If they crew it up, I'm just going to Twin Blades. Yep, nice. Got blocks. Twin Blades. Looks like they don't have a response. They lose their airship. I have 4 cards in hand, they have 2 cards in hand. I've got a card draw, a Waterbending Scroll, a Waterbending Lesson. Feeling pretty good. Cool, they'll airbend, draw. Find a Toils, that's kind of nice. They'll at least get to draw a card. A shame that they're not able to keep up with the Phoenix Fleet airship. Oh, Grand's actually really tasty here. It makes everything that little bit nicer. We're gonna go. Guess Waterbending Lesson. And I will decline, and I'll bin a mountain. It'll attack with everything. See what they decide to do, and then look to start a riot. No, Waterbending Scroll, sorry, end of turn. Okay, the Wartop sentries, I kill both of your creatures though. That feels kind of like a fine trade to me. Certainly feels alright enough for me to not have too many issues with it. What have they got? Oh, airbending my Herbalist. Deal 1 damage to each of those, all of your things die, and then I'll gain 2 life. And play a Waterbending Scroll end of turn just for some even more card draw should the moment arise. Thinking here, like a Day of Black Sun could be what really ends up hurting a little bit more. Play the Hermetic Herbalist here, and then the Zhong. Next turn can double how to start a riot. I guess I'll attack with everything again. Draw, and we'll discard a Fire Nation attacks because I can just flash it back, not really wanting to be doing it at this stage. But this is looking more and more like this is a trophy. We'll activate the Jong Jong ability. Move to attacks. Attack with everything. What can they do? Just cut a mountain. I don't think there's anything they can do. Wonderful. Well, we're going to go how to start a riot. Me. Gran, me. Good game! And there we go! Hitting the trophy for the first time in a nice long while again. Feels absolutely marvellous. Really interesting deck to trophy with when it didn't have what I considered to be, you know, a lot of really great bombs to really get through to getting that 7 wins. I think it played it reasonably well though. So what was it? Yeah, we had the sort of lessons. So certainly lessons was sort of what we were looking at. We had the Gran, the Hermetic Herbalists. We had a Jong to double some lessons, Iroh to make the lessons a little bit cheaper, as well as the Boomy to get some good value for the lessons in the yard, and the Serpent of the Past to get some good flashing in, make them a little bit cheaper as well. Our rares were, what did we get? We got a Mechanist, which, again, I think the Mechanist is a really fantastic card. I mean, making a clue every time I cast a non-creature spell, I think it's one of those effects that you can't really go wrong with. You know, making a 3/1 flyer, and you can sack them because they're clues, and you can not sack them because they just die, they block, doesn't really cost you anything. Certainly with enough lessons, we're getting there. The Avatar Destiny was interesting. It lost me a game when I drew out, and I didn't really have that many creatures, but it did also just manage to provide just a little bit of that bump in power a couple of times. A couple of times I saw it in a 40 card format when I didn't have any way to shuffle my library back. The fact that it did mill cards equal to its power was a little bit of a risk, and you know, it did lose me a game. I say it lost me a game, but again, I think I potentially could have played a little bit better to not draw myself out. But yeah, pretty risky when I've got a lot of card draw anyway. And that was the 2 rares that I ended up playing. Everything else was sort of some really strong uncommons. I think Boomy came down and did some really good work on a couple of occasions. Fire Nation attacks, I mean, for 5 it's good. For 4 or 3 when I have a Gran and Uncle Iroh, even better. Had some really nice fixing with the Shared Roots, the Cycle of Renewal, had the Waterbending Scroll for some really consistent card draw, and Firebending Lesson, the 2 Lightning Strikes, the Quench, the you know, Wartop Sentries. I think the Waterbending Lesson worked really nicely. Combustion Man came in and did some, you know, when it worked really nicely. But I think honestly the standout here for this draft was the How to Start a Riot and Jong Deserters combination, because giving all 2 creatures menace and all of my creatures +4/+0 until end of turn for, you know, 5 or 6 mana. Honestly, you know, that won me the second last game super handily. Just put them on a clock that's just really difficult to deal with, and even in that last game, like, if they had managed to get rid of something, having the that combination there. So I think I've turned the corner. I thought Jong was a Jong the Deserter was a really nice card regardless, but it's really made me turn the corner on the potential of How to Start a Riot and a little bit more of a go wide or aggressive style deck, especially when it's paired with Iroh making it cheaper, with Gran making it cheaper, with Jong being able to copy it. I think absolutely. And then of course, you know, just some pretty standouts that are always going to be good. And the Twin Blades is it's sort of one of those 50-50 cards. I think sometimes it's fantastic, sometimes it doesn't do exactly what you want it to. But I think with the potential for Gran to come, you know, Combustion Man, the Boomy, the Serpent, you know, these big threats, just giving them double strike at instant speed, which can be a little bit surprising sometimes. Works really nicely. Yeah, and then, you know, your removal is always going to be good. Your Hermetic Herbalist is always going to be good in this lesson style deck. Your Messenger Hawk's just, yeah, a really nice common. It's a flyer, makes a clue, can get in for some good damage. Yeah, Cycle of Renewal, great. Warptop Sentries, really nice reacher. There's so many good flying threats here that a 3 mana 2/3 Wreath Death Touch I think is actually a really nice rate for this format. I don't think I drew the Umashu City maybe once in those 9 games, but yeah. A nice trophy again. The 7 wins, going 7-2 with this deck. And I love how the Cabbage Merchant didn't even end up playing in. It was my pick one and the face card of this deck. But that has been me, Transphemerate, as always. And I will catch you guys on the rebound. Thank you for joining me, and take care.